Funds. How many of us have them? Funds. Ones you can depend on. Get those funds. Welcome to the Balance Your Books podcast. I'm Kimberly.
I'm April.
And I'm Keena.
And we're your balance partners.
Ladies, hi, how are you all doing today?
Awesome
Good.
and wonderful.
Oh, both.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, three. So, welcome to the Balance Your Books podcast. And Kimberly, what do we want people to do? So
Off the top, you can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Like, subscribe, share, rate us high.
Hi.
If you want to rate us low, let us know why. And if you have
Yes.
any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave a comment on our YouTube podcast, or you can find us at yourbalancedpartners.com. There's an info form. Reach out to us. Let's chat.
Let's chat. Maybe we can help you out. So, today's topic, and maybe what I suggest is watch our Capital podcast before you watch this one if you have time. This one will be a little bit shorter, so if you got a little bit commute, you stop at the store in between. So this is our companion piece.
Yes.
To that one, because it's kind of why you want to do Capital Dollars, because scared money
Don't make no money.
Scared money don't make no money. Ever. Right? And what does that mean? If you're like, what are they talking about? Scared money don't make no money. What does that mean, ladies?
That means that at some point, sometimes you have to take risks
Yes.
within your company. Ultimately means don't get too complacent, because when you get complacent, you miss out on a lot of opportunity. You can miss out on making some money because you're scared and you're not making any money.
Scared, say you're scared.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
Right. Because, and look at accountants saying take some risk.
Yes.
Shut the front door.
Calculated risks. Do a risk analysis.
Yes.
Look at the accountant saying it's okay. Some risk is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because where are you trying to go? What is your goal with your business? Are you in business to make as much money as possible in your business? The answer for me would be yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to create a legacy business? Something to pass down to your children and your family.
Yes.
And if you're scared to take some calculated risk, ultimately your business will die.
And don't be as scared to dream big like that.
Yeah.
Don't say, well, I might, don't put that just. A lot of people like to put that just. Well, I'm just
Right.
or it's just this. No, think expansive. Think of how you're going to take
Keep
this to the
growing.
next level.
Yes,
Keep
yes.
growing your business. And so when you think about that and think about scared money don't make no money, how do you manage that? How do you manage that? How do you look at your financials? Let's talk about your financials. How do you know when maybe you've gotten complacent?
One, there's no growth. If you're making the same amount every year, you're not growing. And ultimately what will happen is you'll start making less because different things change. Okay. So if there's no growth when you're looking at your financials and everything's not going to be the same because costs will change or whatever. But if you're looking at your revenue and you're making about the same every year, you're like, I'm good. I'm making some money. I'm good. Ultimately, you won't be.
And when you not only when your revenue is consistent, and you're saying also you're making enough profit that you're able to pay yourself, so that's kind of consistent. Where are those opportunities, and how are you looking at forecasting and building your business to grow to the next level?
Right.
Right. Have you taken the time that it's been the same for, let's say, 5 years? Have you now taken a temperature or do a health check on your business to say, what is it that I need to do? What do I need to change? Maybe what investment, what capital dollars, because maybe you're profitable throughout that time. What capital dollars do I need to add that would take me to the next level? Or where is it that I'm really trying to go? And if you don't have a target, what are you doing?
And you need to know where the market is going.
Talk about that more.
Give you an example. Have you guys ever heard of Blockbuster?
We
Back in the day, yes.
Yeah.
Blockbuster, you go to the big old store, you rent your videos, Be Kind, Rewind, whatever. They did not have their finger on the pulse of the market to know that it was going to be streaming, right? So
Before that, even Netflix with the DVDs at home.
right. Netflix
Shipped to your
started
house.
shipping
Red
DVD.
box.
Yeah, shipping DVDs. Blockbuster was making money.
Yeah.
They
felt
were
good about it.
Right, they were the video company, and people they would be packed every Friday night.
Yes.
People going preparing
was
for the
fun.
weekend. It used to
Yeah.
be fun going to Blockbuster, look at the movies. What haven't I seen? Let me rent this. All of that. But the market shifted.
Yep.
Technology changed.
Yep.
And if you're not aware of the market and you're not paying attention to where the market is going, then you'll go out of business.
You could be irrelevant. You can go from being very, very comfortable to irrelevant like that.
Yep.
Not understanding your customer base. April, talk about understanding your customers and where they are. Do you have anything to add there?
No.
You always have something to add.
Right. She'll wait till we start talking, and then she'll add something.
always has something to add.
You know not to put April
I
on the
know, but
spot.
I
just-
don't like being on the spot.
Okay, well, but you know you have something there.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I always have something to say. But I don't really have anything to say about customers at the moment.
well, then, I'm going to start it, and then she's going to come in.
Right.
Because you have to make sure that your customers or your clients, what they're looking for, their taste, what is it that they're, sometimes you may have, depending on what your product is, maybe you have a product that you want your customer base to grow with you. So if they're going to grow with you and they start aging and you want to continue to have a product for them, maybe then you have to change some of the formulas of what you do. Or maybe you have to change your approach on what you do. Or it may be a situation of the technology, as Kimberly was talking about. Maybe you were reaching out to them and it worked well on one social platform, and now everyone shifted to this social platform, and that makes more sense for you to be a more pioneer in that area in order to retain your customers. So
And you have to
those
know
type of
you have to
things.
know who your customers really are.
Yes.
And in this social media age, followers and likes don't necessarily equal customers.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to know, like you said, when your customers age, are you going to age with your customers, or are you going to take advantage of the new customers? And at the time of this taping, a recent example of that is the Essence Festival.
Yes. I was reading an article. It was a poor article the way it was written today, but I was reading an article
What
about
happened with the Essence
So
Festival?
this is the thing that you see with the Essence
I heard
Festival.
about Lauryn Hill, but
Well,
what else?
wasn't her fault.
it wasn't her fault. But I mean, okay, outside of their technical difficulties and everything like that, it started last year when they had Megan Thee Stallion on the main stage.
Okay.
And you had people at home
Uh-huh.
complaining about this isn't how Essence Festival grew. It's a classier event. And my point is, we used to go to Essence Festival, have a good time. We didn't stop going
Went to
because
the original one.
well, not me, but yes, this one. But when I stopped going, it wasn't because of who was on stage. It was because I just got tired of being in that heat, all those people. I'm getting older. So if we are staying home, then they have to cater to who is spending the money to go.
Yeah.
And so while the aunties are sitting at home mad that Meg Thee Stallion is twerking on stage, the younger generation is their customer too. And so if you're not looking in that, if you don't, and if you think everybody that's going to Essence from here, the Essence Festival from here to eternity is because they love Frankie Beverly and Maze, which pour a little out, then you're gonna miss out.
Yeah, because the customer base to be relevant and like Essence has been around for 55 years this year. To be relevant, you have to look at how your customer base is changing. Because who are you going to have be in that niche market for your particular product who's willing to purchase,
who's willing to pay,
who's willing to pay the money.
And just think if the powers that be were scared to feature today's artists on stage.
Right.
They were scared to do them. We're going to stick with Mary J. Blige closing it out, and love Mary. But let's say we're going to stick with that.
Yep.
And the aunties are home.
Yep.
It's too hot.
Yep.
You know, we're not going out there in the heat and all them people. And so what are you going to do? And that's an example of scared money would not have made money.
Right.
Because you don't want to age with or age back to your customers.
Well, I think sometimes there are customers that are out there, they're not necessarily changing, but you're not even taking them into consideration.
Like?
A lot of times. I mean, like, you might only, if you're a bakery and you're only focused on weddings, there's birthdays.
Right.
You know, there's other lines and other customers that
you can tap
you can tap into. It doesn't necessarily mean that something's changing, but you know, they're just there. And you haven't even tapped into that aspect of business that you can do with others.
Right. Because you're scared to take that risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one other piece. So we talked about the client and looking at that and looking at your client profile or your customer profile. Another piece that I want to introduce is, what about you as an owner? You are living off of your business, so you are paying yourself, and you know that in order to grow, maybe you need to take a cut. In order to be able to invest more, because it would just, looking at your financials and where it is, maybe you've been living really high on the hog. And maybe if you took a little bit less high on the hog, how you could reinvest into your business. So that scared money don't make money, no money is also reinvestment. Right. So what kind of factors should people be considering in reinvesting in your business, and how you're looking at how much is coming out, paying yourself, and what that impact is on your overall financial performance?
Well, I mean, we said it in our cap, no cap, you know, to get your financial statements to be a bit stronger.
Yep.
You may have to not pay yourself as much. That is something to consider. Get those financial statements stronger so that you can get that capital infusion that you need. So there's a little bit of a sacrifice. And even in that, you think, oh, where does the scared come in? If you're living high on the hog, or is it high on the hog, high off the hog?
I think if
you live in high,
I think you're on the hog.
Okay.
None of this is making any sense to me.
But
if I'm the entrepreneur and I'm making the money, I mean, a cut just is not something that I want to hear. But I understand what you're saying.
Right, and that's what I'm getting to. And that's the point. You don't want to cut back, but you may need to cut back so that you can grow and you can make more money. It's a temporary thing. Temporary thing. You know where your finances.
I understand, but I'm just thinking about the average entrepreneur.
I know.
Well, that's why we're trying to get them to think differently.
Right. And the scare part might be, well, I have an image to uphold. If I cut back.
Because we're talking about cut back, like sometimes they're really taking money out of their business.
You know what I see more of?
What do you see more of?
Bad decisions from the beginning.
Okay.
So, you know, buying a $500,000 car or $200,000 car.
Yes.
But that's not a cut. Like, you shouldn't have did that I mean, you know, like, that's just not a good idea.
But when you realize it's not a good idea off the rip, then you gotta
But you already in it.
But you
you gotta go back to our other podcast and grind until you can get out that hole.
Or you could sell that car.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but then it's the image part.
Right. That's what we're getting to.
It's like, I mean, it's just, I can't even think of the analogy, but it's just like a tumbling effect.
Right.
It's like everything's
It's a
out of
snowball.
control.
It's snowball.
There you go, snowball.
And the thing is, it goes back to what do you want to do? Are you building a legacy or are you just here for right now?
Yeah.
Right. And and you have to, what are you trying to do?
Right.
Because that instant gratification piece of it is a way of being scared money don't make no money.
Yeah. That
It's scared
that
money
to me
because you're thinking I
is-
gotta hold on to it, and I better
that-
go get the really expensive car and the Gucci whatever. I gotta get it now because I
Right.
may not be able to get it later, or something may happen, and instead of saying that's scared money, when you're doing that, that's
Right.
scared money.
And when you get it, you got to hold on to it because if I fall off a little bit, people are going to think that I'm going out of business.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you might be, but
But you might be because you spent all that money on something
right,
that
and you
was
refuse
not
to pivot
investing your business.
and make a change.
Yeah. This is our culmination podcast, everybody. So this one really is bringing a lot of different textures and flavors of our previous podcast. So really check them out, and you'll see we're using a lot of the same terms and bringing them all together into this one because this is an important topic around scared money. Go ahead.
No,
Avery,
I
about
was
to
just going to
something.
say, I'm dealing with a young entrepreneur at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
And, he's like, oh, Mom, I made.
Wait, you told who it was, but saying mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh well, it's
EJ
the
Flickum.
EJ
Check him
Flickum.
out.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, he's like, oh, Mom, I made $2,000. Oh, Mom, I made $10,000. I'm like,
He made $10,000.
Yeah, second.
Okay, carry on.
so I'm like, okay, that's good. All right, that's good. All right. So, what's the next step? And what are you going to invest in? So, maybe about a month ago, I showed him how, if you invest $2,000 a year for the next 8 years at a 12% interest rate, by the time you're 65, you should have $2 million. $2 million. And then that's just doing
That's just side money.
that's just doing it the first 8 years.
Yep.
Because of the compounding effect that investing, has. So I'm like, okay, well, you need to take some money, you need to invest it into your retirement, into the stock market. You need to reinvest into your business, see how it can grow. But, in his mind, he's got to hold on. If I
Right.
just hold, like, it's not going anywhere. And guess what? If you spend some of it to invest back in your business or, more equipment, whatever the situation might be, or even just hold it and get investors,
Yep.
you can make even more.
More money.
Even more.
Yes.
And that includes, like you guys were talking about earlier, the customer base, because now I'm like, well, did you think about this customer? Did you think about, as a matter of fact, somebody called me and told me that, they love my pictures. They're going to keep me,
Keep your mind for
Retainer.
something
Yeah.
else. Or,
they're thinking about using them in the future. This is a business, not just an
Not what he's doing.
individual.
Right.
And so I'm like, yep, that's right. Because you've got to think outside of your box. And just, I think that this example is kind of full circle to your point and some of the other things we've talked about. Because as an entrepreneur, sometimes you need help with your financials. So I've told them that too. Keeping up. You talking about, I'm not sure who paid me because Zelle started tripping. Well, I mean,
What?
yes. Because that's the thing. Like, you can only do so many
So
Zelle
much.
transactions
Exactly.
before they cut your Zelle off.
Exactly.
And they cut his Zelle off, and then he didn't know who paid and who didn't pay. Well, if you had your accounting together,
Yep.
you would know that.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean,
and you invest in a simple accounting system
Yes.
that you could then invoice people right from your phone.
yes.
And then, you know, so you could be able to track and know who paid and see it all right there. That simple
Absolutely.
investment in your business would make a big difference.
Yeah. And then you can still focus on the creative side. Let your accountants handle the other side, the business side. And then they also can tell you, just like I told him, I'm looking at your financials. I'm seeing one line of business.
Yep.
Have you thought about the A, B, C, and D? Because
Exactly.
these things exist as well.
Exactly.
You know, and then light bulbs go off and it's like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So
Exactly.
go and get it. Go and get it, make it happen.
Right.
You know, and we're here to support you.
Right.
So
And so for someone who didn't have anything to say,
Right.
oh,
she
did I?
said it all. She
Was
said
I?
it
She
all.
said it all.
I started
She
talking
talked
too
about
much?
No,
Yeah.
but you did not start talking too much.
You wrapped it
but
all up.
You told a very concise story. You talked about customers. You talked about different product lines. You talked about getting investments. Talked about being
Yes.
too scared to want to hold on to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
all of it.
Oh, and I can add to that because let me tell y'all, when he first started his business, so he had to save when he started working. I made sure he saved a certain amount of his money, and then he came to me and he said, "Mom, I'm thinking about starting this business, so I want to use my savings to start the business."
Okay.
And I said, "Go for it. Make sure you put your savings back once you start making money." And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do.
Yep.
They use their savings or they go to family. By the way, never use your own money first. You know, if you can help it.
If you can help it.
Right.
I mean, that may not be the case. But
If
Yeah.
you can help it. So he took a risk on himself.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it is good to use your money initially because you know that you want that money back.
Right.
So you're going to work your butt off
Right.
to make
Right.
that happen.
Right.
Now, you know, once you start going and getting everything together, then that's when you want to start having that relationship with the banker, with
Yep.
investors,
Yep.
you know, who can also feed your business from a financial standpoint that allows you to grow or continue to grow. So,
Good stuff.
But anyways,
And that scared money and being able to put yourself out there, connecting with people who can help you grow your business, whether it's your CPA like YBP, because we help you with strategy as well. It's not just your financials. It is a full service suite.
Right.
That's the kind of
Yeah.
support you want to make sure you're getting is from your financial
advisors.
advisors. Thank you. Your financial advisor.
And did I close the circle?
Oh, well, I
because
don't know.
you know, him using his savings was a big deal. If I were scared or if he was scared, he may not even be in business
Exactly.
to have made all his money back.
Exactly.
You know? So it is that scared money don't make no money is so true.
Yes.
If
It is
you
very-
don't, if you're not willing to take that risk,
Yep.
you're not then willing to capitalize on the gains. So.
Yes.
I'm going to end it right there. April said it all. The one who had nothing to say.
Yeah, I really didn't. I really didn't.
So,
I just was compelled.
She was compelled.
She was
Because when you first started, I wasn't saying, what you talking about, Keena? Taking a cut?
Yeah.
What?
And then, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of entrepreneurs are like that.
Right.
Get over that shock and then circle back,
Back
around
around.
and close the circle.
Right.
All right, let's get to our shooting the topic of this podcast. And so this one is about old school remedies.
Oh, yes.
Old school remedies. And let's talk about some of the ones that, you know, we
grew up
are
on.
70s babies.
Yes.
And so that we had a lot of them. That's why we're tough. That's why they always say Gen X. They show like, you know, we used to drink out the water hose. That's why we don't. That's why we're able to fight diseases and bacteria.
Right.
Because we drank out the water hose because you were already outside. You weren't going to go back inside. You drank out the water hose.
If you went inside too often, you had to stay inside.
You might have to stay inside because that door couldn't open back. You can't open that door back and forth and let the good air out.
Right.
So what are some of the old school remedies that you all had?
I've got a good one.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, I used to get styes on my eyes. Not that often, but every now and then. And so my mother told me to take some boric acid. Because at that time, you could just go in the store and buy boric acid. Just like you bought like baking soda or something.
Yeah.
So you take the boric acid.
I'm really wondering
now,
where this
if you
is
know
going.
about boric acid, it was take it, dissolve it in the water, and put it in your eye, like splash, rinse your eye with it, right? So I'm in the bathroom, but boric acid doesn't dissolve.
Yeah.
If you ever put it in water, it doesn't dissolve like that. But anyways, I did that. Splash my eye. Guess what?
It was gone.
Style gone.
But
It wasn't until
near your eye?
Huh?
Is it supposed to be near your eye, boric acid?
Oh, boric acid was all up in my eye.
But it was...
And it cleared up the sty.
Okay.
But it wasn't until like 20 years later that I'm like, oh, boric acid. Like, wait a minute. People use it for roaches? People sprinkle it to keep roaches.
And you didn't put it all in your eye.
I'm like, what was I putting in my eye? Like, poison?
When the story started, I was like,
Right, we were like, boric acid?
As far as I know, I'm okay.
Well, you're okay.
You are okay.
You do have glasses
But that
on.
was one of those home remedies
Yes.
that probably shouldn't have done,
Well,
but it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Well, and Kimberly, I think you said you
so
would take
mine
something.
was when I was younger. Every morning before we went to school, we had to take a tablespoon of cod liver oil. Now, I mean, and this was we was vaccinated and everything. Still had to take a tablespoon of cod liver oil, right?
Because if you're not vaccinated,
No,
you
I'm
didn't
just
do
saying.
that.
I'm just saying. You got the vaccinations.
No, I get it.
Yeah. So why am I having to swallow oil every morning?
Right.
That's
But
just a
every
backup.
morning, they had to take a tablespoon of cod liver oil. Well, it was gross.
Yeah, it was.
It was gross. And so the way we would do it is my mother would tell me, okay, she'd give me a lime, not a lime, a lemon. You have a lemon wedge. And she would have me put some salt.
Oh, like a shot.
Wait. She had to put some salt here, right?
On her hand.
On my hand, right? So you lick the salt, take the cod liver oil, bite into the lemon wedge.
Oh.
Okay, it helped with the cod liver oil.
Yeah.
How old was I, Keena? So I went through a period I didn't drink, whatever. Now I drink, but somewhere Keena was like, let's take some shots. I'm like, okay. And she's like, this is what you gotta do. You gotta put the salt here, you got the and I was like, oh my God. I learned how to take a shot when I was 5 years old. Taking that cod liver oil every morning before I went to school. But yeah, we didn't get sick.
None. Whether it's tequila or cod liver oil.
Yes.
It's gonna fight off
It's
the
gonna fight it
germs.
off. Anything that you didn't get vaccinated against.
Yes.
Well, one of that my dad is doing now is using turpentine. I think it's turpentine. Is it turpentine?
I don't know. What is he using it for?
Boy. Well, you rub it on whatever's aching, and then it's just better. And I think it's turpentine.
in a little
and it's
and
in a
it's
glass bottle. It's liquid, and it's in a glass bottle. And
it's flammable.
And I remember the
It's
doctor
flammable.
when I went with him. He said he did double take back.
The doctor
was
did.
like, and he was like, but it works. And he was like, oh, okay. And I think it was turpentine.
Wow.
It started with a T. I'll check to make sure.
I need you to
But
call.
in a future podcast, I'll validate that.
Yes, call Mr.
but
Morgan.
I
Let's make.
think it's turpentine.
Okay. Well,
So, and then I remember one time we did with a child who has been named, one time he was sick, and we actually put Vicks on his feet.
Oh yeah,
And wrapped him up after we had been out the football
put the Vicks
game.
Vapor Rub on his
We
feet.
did it all on his feet and wrapped him all up, the chest and the feet. And you would be sweating. Remember, they used to have you just sweating. It's like
Sweat out
you're gonna
the cold.
sweat out that cold.
Yeah.
What's that?
It
Did
worked.
that work? It worked, right?
apparently
You were
did.
better the next. You went
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yep.
And you were better the next day with that hot toddy. That's the other one.
Oh,
a good
yeah.
old hot toddy.
Wait,
Yeah.
we weren't giving the baby the hot toddy.
Wait, is this on air?
And on that
On
note,
that note, we're gonna wrap it on up. We
wrap
are
this
sure.
up, yes.
So don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Scared money don't make no money. Hopefully you learned something today, and we will see you next time.